One of my most favorite things about the Nintendo Switch is that it has some incredible online and local co-op games, whether it be ports or Nintendo first parties that you can play with your significant other, a friend, or, the run-of-the-mill cat with opposable thumbs. So sit back, relax, and let's go over my most recommended co-op games for the Switch. Starting out, we have Hazelight Studios' 2021 release, It Takes Two. A brilliant game that utilizes co-op gameplay to tell a beautiful and uplifting story about a wife and a husband on the verge of a divorce, how this affects their daughter, and finally how they rediscover all of the reasons that they fell in love in the first place. With them being transformed into dolls after their daughter's tears lands on dolls that she's playing with. Talk about a Monday, right? You make your way home from the shed, garden, and then finally back to the house using some very creative teamwork and figuring out how to overcome the obstacles and to figure out the puzzles, all while revisiting all of the reasons why you two decided to tie the knot in the first place. And for when you inevitably fail time and time again by falling off a ledge, getting electrocuted, being smashed between a door because your partner wasn't quick enough in his or her timing, or by being shot out of a vacuum only to fall face first into the void, you will immediately respawn, allowing you to try again at the same spot. I really enjoy this aspect of the game, kind of representing the entire story in itself, with you not ever having to worry about failing because your partner will always be waiting right there to help you back up. There is so much fun to be had in It Takes Two, with all of the crazy and off-the-wall scenarios that the both of you get into and are up against, with some very well done boss fights, obstacles, and golfs to get over together. However, if you even dared think that you could just boot up this game by yourself, well, you are sorely mistaken because It Takes Two is only playable in co-op. Thankfully, however, the co-op runs smooth as unsalted butter, playing together on the couch in local co-op, either on the same screen, or by one person purchasing a copy and then sharing that copy as a friend's pass with a friend to play on their Switch. It's a really nice touch, especially if, you don't have two controllers or your partner only has something like a Switch Lite. Because Lord knows, you aren't going to dare use those Joy-Cons as controllers. Just get that thought out of your head. Pick yourself up It Takes Two right now on the eShop for $39.99. The 2D Mario games have, of course, always had such fantastic co-op gameplay, with Super Mario Wonder truly having the best co-op experience yet. The first thing that really stood out to me were the visuals, keeping with the bright and colorful Mario aesthetic that we all know and love, as well as just how alive the world feels this time around, with everything moving with personality and having some very funny and charming facial expressions. Right along with all the bright and vibrant worlds that you explore, packed full with things to see as you quickly run through and dodge whatever's being thrown your way. While not being anything new in the realm of Mario games, such as the tried and true grass, desert, ice, and water levels, however, they are all so enjoyable and play very well. Of course, most importantly, the gameplay is fantastic, with some truly amazing Mario-style platforming. And of course, when talking about platforming, this is Nintendo's bread and butter. And this is them at their very best, boasting some very solid gameplay and platforming mechanics. With some of the tightest controls of the entire franchise, with your tried and true Mario mechanics such as jumping on fragile platforms, wall jumping, and quick button presses, with some fairly fast timing required in many of the situations that you'll find yourself in. With your typical power-ups available such as mushrooms and fire flowers, to new powers including a bubble power, where you can shoot an enemy with a bubble, reminds me a bit of the bubble laser in Mega Man 2 back on the NES. And most importantly, and why we're even talking about this game today, is that it runs beautifully in co-op mode, with the ability for up to 4 players to join in a game in either local couch co-op, which is definitely my preferred way to play a game like this, or by utilizing online play. Again, preferring local co-op over online isn't just because it feels right for Mario, but it's also because the online play does leave some to be desired. With your other characters shown as ghostly figures of themselves on screen, not a boo, just an actual ghost, without a way to actually interact with in the same way that you have in local play. I would definitely recommend getting some friends together, maybe grabbing a pizza, and spend hours in co-op. It really is such an enjoyable gaming experience that I highly recommend. Pick yourself up Super Mario Wonder digitally or physically for $59.99. And yeah, being a first-party Nintendo game, especially a Mario game, I don't see that being on sale anytime soon. Let's face it, beat-em-up games are so easy to come by these days, but really hard to find a truly great one. Lucky enough for us though, .emu Studios' 2020 release of Streets of Rage 4 hits on all of the right notes. With some incredibly smooth fighting mechanics, along with your standard attacks, throws, and special moves that require the use of health to perform. However, this time around, you can quickly regain the spent health by performing follow-up attacks without getting hit by the enemy. You'll also be able to perform unique super combos known as star moves after collecting enough stars throughout the stage. This all goes along with the traditional gameplay of moving freely around the stage as you fight your way through, breaking open barrels for health items, points, and weapons. As you work your way through these dumb idiots, seeing like 80 of their friends knocked out cold and thinking, "Yep, I got this." This game can of course be played through in single player mode, but as with all games of this style, it is just so much better when you're playing co-op with some friends. There's just something so enjoyable about playing these games with a friend, beating the hell out of baddies, saving each other just in time, or inevitably by arguing over who gets the much needed health item this time around, such as the barrel ham, traffic cone pizza, or stacked tire roast beef. Running beautifully in local co-op with the ability to play with up to 4 players and runs just as well with online co-op. However, you are limited to only 2 players for the online portion. The visuals are absolutely stunning with bright, colorful stages combined with dark and dank alleyways and sewer environments. The environments, along with all the character models and animations, look so good and are so full of personality while playing on the Switch, either in docked or handheld mode. And the soundtrack is exactly how the music in this style of game should sound, with each track fitting perfectly with every locale that you visit and fight your way through. Pick yourself up Streets of Rage 4 on the eShop for $24.99 or physically for $29.99. And oh my god, this next game is so cozy and so much fun, and of course it is Unravel 2. Developed by Swedish studio Coldwood Interactive, originally released in 2018 for the PS4 and Xbox One, was then ported over to the Switch in 2019, where I feel it fits in perfectly with all the other charming and super fun games already on the platform. As a sequel, bringing over everything that made the first game so special, incorporating co-op into the experience this time around, with wonderful art and world design displayed throughout the entire playthrough of the 2 characters called Yarnies. Is red and blue yarn people? You get shipwrecked and washed up on the shore of a mysterious island. Meeting one another, you make your way through a cave on your way to an uninhabited lighthouse, acting as the main hub. The story plays out in a beautiful way, as you rely on each other to traverse any number of really creative and well-designed obstacles and puzzles in a relaxed, stress-free manner. With some great in-game physics on full display as you use your yarn to help get each other to the end of each stage. You can definitely play through this game in single-player mode as you take control of both of the Yarnies, or in the fantastic co-op mode, which is definitely how this game is meant to be played. Using one another as an anchor point is a very nice inclusion as well, allowing you to scale up walls once one player is up a ledge, and also, catapult one another over a ravine. You can pick up Unravel 2 on the eShop for $19.99, however it does go on sale a lot, usually for around $14.99. As one of the best games to come out of 2018, Pode is a fantastic, cozy co-op puzzle exploration experience that is just begging to be played through. Not only for its rock-solid puzzle system, but also for the gorgeous detail in the art design and award-winning musical score. Developed by Norwegian studio Henchman & Goon, you play as Glow and Boulder. As Glow attempts to return home, he meets Boulder, who assists him on his journey to the stars. As you move through this world, you'll see how the cooperative gameplay is done so well, with Glow being light and airy, able to bring life to the dead and dormant wildlife, creating ledges with use of different plants. Then with Boulder on the other hand, being much heavier, he can move large rocks and press down stubborn switches. Gaining more abilities as your journey continues, the puzzles do get a little harder, but never so tough that you just want to quit. You can definitely play through this game on your own, however, as Pode only offers local co-op, it just makes the fact of having someone that you can count on sitting next to you, making the experience through this world all the more special, and is truly how you should enjoy this game. With the relaxing music composed by Austin Winnery, combined with the incredible visuals, this game is an absolute must-play for anyone looking for a cozy, yet highly entertaining and enjoyable experience. You can pick up Pode on the eShop for $24.99. As one of the greatest puzzle games of all time, Valve's 2007 release of Portal 1 took the gaming world by storm, with some of the best writing out there, being witty and clever, always keeping a smile on your face as you jump from portal to portal using your portal gun. The game quickly became a cult favorite. Taking place within the Aperture Science Facility, you're tasked with making your way through room after room with increasingly more and more challenging puzzles, relying on some truly top-notch in-game physics. For example, as you open portals to drop through the ground, then utilizing the force of gravity to throw yourself to the other side. And featuring some amazing first-person platforming, it is insane that this game was released such a long time ago. However, Portal 2, released in 2011, is the real meat and potatoes of this collection. Not only does it have a stronger story, it also offers new mechanics, and most importantly, local and online co-op. With its own narrative and the ability to play as 2 new characters just for the cooperative experience, the game plays very well in line with a friend, but the best experience is, of course, figuring out the puzzles and laughing at all the wacky and off-the-wall dialogue together in the same room. The game also allows you to play split screen either vertically or horizontally, which is also such a nice touch. Pick yourself up the Portal Companion Collection on the eShop for $19.99. But what do you guys think? What are some of your favorite co-op games that you would recommend? Let me know that and everything else in the comments below. And hey, if you like this channel, why don't you go ahead and grab that portal gun, open up a portal, and then drop down on that like and subscribe button. It would really help this channel grow, and I would definitely appreciate it. But most importantly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I will see you on the next video.